Welcome back to T. Shaw's Progressive Bluegrass. Things are getting really unconventional for me this week. This is the third of 3 episodes that I'm dropping this week. Randy, Steele, and I met last week when we sat down and we co-hosted an episode of T. Shaw's Progressive Bluegrass that came out just 2 days ago, covering all the bands, not really covering, but talking about every band that was participating in the upcoming IBMA's Bluegrass Ramble and Showcase. When we got done, we went through it, no prep, got done, looked at the clock and said, hey, we still have 15 minutes. Let's not waste this 15 minutes. I've got the schedule here for the main stage, the Friday and Saturday, September 19th and 20th, downtown Chattanooga, the IBMA's World of Bluegrass Festival. Let's go ahead and just keep on rolling. So this one's a brief episode, much shorter than my norms. I felt as though it was relevant to all attendees coming to IBMA, for anybody that's still on the fence about IBMA. And I initially intended to drop this on September 17th. But if I were to do that, assuming you listen to it the moment it's released, you would have at best 48 hours to use this as a resource coming out on Wednesday for a festival that starts Friday afternoon. So I decided to go ahead and drop it a few days early. And it may or may not be more beneficial for my listeners. And even the people that are seasoned veterans, but there's so many bands playing at IBMA that, hey, this might help give you an insight what I like, what Randy likes, and what you may want to see, because there is a lot of conflict at IBMA, which is both wonderful and difficult decisions oftentimes need to be made. One last thing, you'll see or hear, I referred to Mountain Fever Records. What I meant to refer to was Mountain Home Records. My apologies to Mountain Home Records. I called you Mountain Fever Records. You'll have to listen to see where. But now let's go to my conversation. My continued conversation with Randy Steele, where we discuss all the bands playing at the main stage for IBMA. All right. Well, a little bonus material. The bonus episode, we decided to talk a little bit about the main stage festival, the stage on Friday and Saturday that you see advertised here in the corner, the Bluegrass Live Festival. Most would say it's the main event. It's the main event of IBMA, at least from the outsider's perspective. We're going to talk a little bit about music starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. IBMA shut down Miller Park, Miller Plaza, and Patton Square. They're all hop, skip, and jump from each other. Literally, Miller Park and Miller Plaza are across the street from each other. The Patton Square is a 150-yard walk.
Yeah, it's not a far walk.
Yeah, I mean, just right around the corner. So there's going to be 3 stages. Kicking things off at 1 o'clock, we got Downriver Collective on the Miller Plaza stage. And at 1 o'clock, Kids on Bluegrass in the Patton Square stage. What do you know about the Kids on Bluegrass?
I know a couple of people who have participated. I think I know a banjo player who's participating, which you may have seen play with us at Hi-Fi Clyde's one night, Ettore Bazzini.
Absolutely, yeah.
Eddie Ray the Buzz.
Yeah.
And I'm probably butchering his name, but I believe he is one of the Kids on Bluegrass. Another one of the Woodsongs kids that I played with is one of the Kids on Bluegrass, I think this year. But you know what it is? It's the kids who are 13 years old who have 20 years experience playing. You know, you're like, I don't know where this person came from, but it took them 7 months to figure out what took me 10 years to figure out. And there are multiple times throughout. You see them at the Patton Square stage. They're buffering in between bands. You see them a lot. Like they're buffering in between Woody Flat and East Nash Grass. You see them. They do that both Friday and Saturday. So you'll get a chance to see them.
Looking forward to that. On the Miller Plaza stage, Downriver Collective, this is perhaps one of the few bands of the entire festival I don't know anything about.
I saw the same thing as I really only saw the stuff that I've been following on Instagram. I've seen them pop up on Instagram a few times. Kind of the same thing as Remedy Tree. Like I didn't really know who they were until I saw them on social media. But what I listened to is great, and I had it on my schedule as one of the things to make sure to hit. So I mapped these whole 2 days out. Okay, I'm going to start here and Downriver Collective, as you can see in my notes. That's where I start. I think it's going to be a great show. I think it's a great way to start. That Miller, I'm trying to remember which stage, Miller Plaza is going to be, well, both stages are going to be really cool. Both stages are really, it's going to be
That's going to be the more intimate stage of the two. The Miller Park is the main stage, and then Miller Plaza is a little bit smaller. And then Patton Square, I'm not sure where they're going to put this. Maybe at the end of the street?
It's on the
they're
far
gonna
end of
block
the
it off?
street.
Okay.
Back where you did that Irish restaurant, used to be that Irish bar. It's back up in there.
Oh, yeah. I know right where that's
So
at.
it's right at the corner of Lindsay and Patton Parkway.
Okay.
The stage will be right there in the very back. All they know is they have to build all the fencing.
Depending on whether you're at Kids on Bluegrass or Downriver Collective, you've got 5 minutes, which is sufficient to get over to Allison Brown on the main stage at Miller Plaza.
So I was right when we were talking about it. That's Friday morning, or that's the first gig Friday after the award ceremony with her and Steve. So I don't know.
That might be where Steve pops in.
It might be worthwhile to be there early and see. You never know.
So you might want to leave 2 minutes early from one or the other. Then popping back to Miller Plaza, Mason Vi, the Miller Plaza stage. We've talked about him. He's going to be awesome.
My schedule, for me, I had splitting Allison Brown and Peter Rowan Bluegrass Band.
Peter Rowan Bluegrass Band, 2:30 to 3:30 at the Patton Square stage.
I mean, again, they're so close. You can split you can go watch half of Allison Brown and half of Peter Rowan, which I think is what I was planning on doing.
And almost all of you know who Peter Rowan is. I mean, come on, legend. One of the Old and Way members, Old and In the Way members.
Played in Bill Monroe's band.
And one of the things I've noticed about Peter is he's got 13, 15, 20 different bands with different genres. And you know, anything from Latino to who knows.
Yeah.
But this is his bluegrass band. So don't miss Peter Rowan.
Mason's at 3:30. I mean, he's nothing really compete with him, so that's going to be a cool show.
But then we got a competing between Missy Raines and Allegheny, who I sheepishly neglected to mention, female bass vocalist. And then, of course, Jim Lauderdale and the Poor Ramblin' Boys. Not quite at the same time, but there's definitely a lot of crossover there.
Yeah, I saw Missy Raines and Allegheny play just a few months back, and it was awesome. She's put together a really, really fantastic band. So I'm excited to see that. At the same time, this is another one I think you have to split. I would probably go watch Missy play for a while, and then I'm going to run over and check Jim Lauderdale and the Poe Ramblin' Boys out. I mean,
that's going to be a neat combination.
Total cool combination. Both great bands, great people. Jim Lauderdale's another legend. If you're, like Chattanooga, who's not familiar with bluegrass and you're listening, Jim Lauderdale is the man.
And every time I've seen Jim Lauderdale has been at a festival where he drafts players from the festival to be his band for that night. So almost every time you see him, you're going to see a slightly different take on his style and genre.
Yeah, and he's just a cool guy. And then to have the fact that he's doing a whole collaboration with the Poe Ramblin' Boys. Poe Ramblin' Boys are a fantastic band, and they're one of my favorites of the last couple of years. I really love their last album was unreal. So if you like good old country bluegrass music, they're right down that lane. They're perfect down the center of that. So it's going to be cool to see them, see what happens. You know?
Yeah. And you may never see that combination again. So, all right. In between, though, right after that, Trey Hensley at the Miller Plaza stage. This guy is a monster for those of you, a guitar monster for those of you that haven't seen him play. He's one of those guys that I see play, and you have to wonder, why is this guy not just huge? Huge. Yeah. Just same thing. The fire marshal's keeping the eye on the Trey Hensley stage.
Yeah. Trey Hensley's it's going to be a fantastic show. Same thing. It's about, it's kind of competing with Woody Platt and the Bluegrass Gentlemen. Woody Platt was in the Steep Canyon Rangers and was the head of that band for many, many years. So there you go. There's your Steve Martin. Who knows if he shows up, because they played together and toured together years and years and years.
Yeah.
That's a new, I say new, relatively new. They've been put out a couple of different songs, but it's been...
Is it a different sound then?
It's only a year or two out. It's pretty bluegrass. I mean, I would say it's definitely a different sound than Steep Canyon Rangers because they have their sound. But Woody Platt's voice has just such a flavor it adds such flavor to any music that there is, that I really am excited to see what. I've seen the same thing. I've seen it online. I've seen some videos and stuff, but I haven't really seen him playing live. I will say I'm a little probably biased because I met Woody Platt one time. It was when we opened for Steep Canyon Rangers, and he was probably the coolest person I've ever met in my entire life. And he was just so cool. Really, really, really nice guy. A lot of times when you're like a local opener, the main bands don't really pay any attention, or you just get whatever.
Yeah.
Which is just, I can understand that. That's just kind of the way it is. Woody Platt definitely embraced us when we played together and was like, "You guys are here." They took us on the tour bus, and I don't know. He's just a really, really cool guy. So I'm really excited to see. I've been a big fan of Woody Platt's for a long time. So I'm excited to see them play, even though I know I'm gonna. It's tough, dude. I mean, it's so tough. You start looking at it and it's like, golly, man.
I definitely, yeah. I mean, he's competing against Trey Hensley, and then immediately afterwards, back in the Miller Park stage, we got Sierra Hull.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we have to get into Sierra Hull. I think everybody knows about Sierra Hull at this point.
Yeah.
She's a phenom. But what I'm most excited about for Friday, the main stage, East Nash Grass. Or Patton Square even. No, not even the main stage. East Nash Grass. This is a band that's kind of what Randy was talking about in the previous Ramble situation. You're not going to get to see these guys on a small stage much longer.
No, I agree. I don't think so.
They've
just really been popping off everywhere. I mean, they are going. And that new album that they just put, all the new stuff that they're putting out is unreal. It's really great music. I mean, I'm pretty excited.
They just restocked the vinyl today on their website, by the way. It sold out initially, their newest album, All God's Children. But yeah, East Nash Grass on the Patton Square stage, that's going to be a special treat because you just, like I said, you're not going to get to see these guys in a small stage much longer.
I think too, that's their only appearance here in all of IBMA. I guess really it's probably the same for all these bands. I'm a huge East Nash Grass fan, so I'm excited to see them play. I would say, before we jump over, Sierra Hull, I think is another one of those that you might just be sitting at some small bar and Sierra Hull show up and start playing with somebody. I think
absolutely.
I think there's a possibility.
She's played with almost everybody on this list at some point,
and she's a player. She just loves to play.
She loves to play.
So I didn't mean to go backwards. I thought about that.
No, worthy, absolutely. I was just too excited about East Nash Grass. Wanted to jump right in.
They're great.
Wood Brothers, they're a unique band. They've gotten. I actually kind of got into one of the Wood Brothers years ago, Meduski, Martin, and Wood.
Yeah, me too.
A jazz instrumental, back when I was in high school even. I've only seen the Wood Brothers a couple of times. So that's going to be a fun night they're unique. There's nothing else like that. Yeah, they're really, really good.
I think the cool thing about the Wood Brothers show, and then it happens the next night at the Sierra Farrell show, is that's the show. So that's the little cool thing about that night, is that when that's the show Friday night, that's the show. So everybody's going to be there. The Wood Brothers are completely going to bring it. I definitely know it. So that'll be a fun night. That'll be a fantastic way to end Friday night too.
Yes.
Is going to watch the Wood Brothers play and then bumping into all of the late night things that are happening for after that.
Yeah, because that's early. I mean, they end at 10:15.
10:15, yeah.
On a Friday night, you're just getting warmed up in Bluegrass.
Yeah.
There's going to be, just because the stage schedule stops, that's when the picking parties begin. So.
Right. There's going to be a ton of great picking too all over the hotels and all over the convention center. I would imagine that Friday night picking is going to be unreal. It's going to be lit. Yeah.
Bumping over to Saturday, we launch at the Miller Plaza, the Often Heard. I'm stoked I get to see them then. Since I just discovered them last night, literally on YouTube. I didn't realize they were on the Miller Plaza stage until literally just now. So I'm hearing it here first.
That'd be a fun show.
Definitely going to go see them. Another Kids on the Bluegrass competing with them at Patton Square. And then this band coming up at 2 o'clock at Miller Park. I saw them for the first time July 15th, open for East Nash Grass at the Ryman Theater. And I wasn't expecting much. They were really impressive.
AJ Lee's fantastic.
Just really impressive.
Yeah, and has been, she came up with the totals, has been playing bluegrass forever and ever and ever. And it's great. She just always kind of seemed to have been like somebody who was just on the periphery of really blowing up. And now, man, all of a sudden she's really starting to pick up and
The momentum's there.
Really starting to get some momentum. So another one, this is like you're going to be able to say, I saw AJ Lee at 2 o'clock. I can't believe it.
Yeah, definitely going to check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun and really enjoyed the one time I saw them last month. So looking forward to that. Wyatt Ellis, who we've spoken about several times already, playing 325 to 425 in Miller Plaza. What else can you say about Wyatt Ellis?
And on this stage, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see him on that stage. Again, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising to see just who in the world pops up on that stage.
He's played with Billy. He's played with
a ton of
everybody.
people,
Just about everybody he's played with.
Yeah.
His resume for his age is just pretty spectacular. Now, Unspoken Tradition, a band I've heard a lot about, and I don't know if I've seen them.
Yeah, same thing. I haven't seen them.
So they're playing 4 to 5 at Patton Square.
I think Unspoken Tradition is, honestly, I don't. This is the one band that I don't think I really have listened to enough.
I'm going to do a little research on them in advance because they may be an undiscovered gem, which is crazy to me at the main festival. But
it skipped over one too. Authentic Unlimited's playing 2:30 at the Patton stage. If you're into vocal harmony, this band has it in spades. I mean, they're the vocal harmony band. So if that's your thing and you're like, I really love bluegrass harmony, don't sleep on Authentic Unlimited. They're fantastic.
Stoked for that. This one is one that I'm really, really, really excited about. I've seen Michael Cleveland many times. I've seen Jason Carter many times, formerly with the Traveling McCurry's and Del McCurry Band. Jason Carter recently made the very difficult decision to leave the Del McCurry's and Traveling McCurry's to do his own thing, but in the middle of that, he's doing a side project with Michael Cleveland, one of the best fiddlers in the planet.
Two of the best fiddlers.
Two of the best fiddlers in the planet, no doubt about it. They have an album out. I haven't listened to it. I'm ashamed to admit
It's pretty great.
And I don't know if I'm going to have time between now and this festival to listen to it, but
What you got going on?
well, yeah, day jobs aren't that important. So I might save it and let that be my first time.
Interesting too. His wife is playing just across the way, Bronwyn, just on the other side, right the last part of his set.
It really?
Yeah. Let's see that. Look, they're playing 5:45. She's playing 5:30 to 6:30 over at.
Oh, look at that. So there's going to be some crossover there.
So yeah. So I would imagine that may just become one big stage they run back and forth to.
I didn't catch it until just now. I've been so focused on the ramble schedule. And then in between, 5 to 6, 5:50 to 6:50. So we got an hour at Miller Plaza. Another one, Mountain Grass Unit at Miller Plaza. That's going to be packed. That's going to be absolutely packed.
It's going to be bananas. Dude.
And the people that are going to come sit in at that set, because there's impressive musicians, but then there's industry impressive musicians. All the other professional musicians are impressed with these guys.
Yeah,
these
everybody.
kids, really. They're
everybody.
21 years old or something.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a packed performance.
That bumps, and that rolls straight into, the biggest competition of the night to me. I know it's not for you because I know you're an infamous String Dutchers fan and through, you're going to see the String Dutchers play no matter what. But Sister Sadie has been on fire lately.
Tell me about Sister Sadie.
Fantastic all-female band. Not only are they have love in my heart because they really have put an effort in Chattanooga. They're all about the move to Chattanooga, writing songs about it. That's cool. But, on top of that, they're a bluegrass band that's hitting on all cylinders right now.
They just released an album earlier this year, I think, with Mountain Fever. Is that right?
I think so. And they've been releasing new singles. Their banjo player's fantastic. Gina Brett, fantastic banjo player.
She really is.
Just rules. The whole band is great. So I'm excited to see that. Again, it's a difficult decision, the Infamous String Dusters at the same time. Legendary band, that's going to be a legendary night. Any other time, if somebody said, you're going to see the Infamous String Dusters open for Sierra Farrell, I would be like, there's nothing that can pull me away from that. You know what I mean?
And by this time, it's been happening 4 or 5 consecutive days.
So it's like, I wish I had more than one life to live this week,
Well, I have seen the String Dusters a handful of times.
Yeah.
I may check out some of Sister Sadie and then catch the tail end of the Dusters. And the Dusters are another band where anybody could sit in.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
That could be special. And then, as he mentioned, wrapping up the evening, Sierra Farrell. She's one of a kind. I'm sure everybody here knows Sierra Farrell now, a voice of the most unique, powerful female voice going right now. Am I missing anything? I mean,
that's just happens until 10 o'clock on Saturday. Because after 10 o'clock, then at the Signal, they're going to have a whole huge after party hosted by Mountain Grass Unit.
It starts at 11.
And it starts at 11 and goes till, I think, 2.
And there might still be tickets available. Maybe by the time you hear this, it's going to sell out.
It's going to sell out. If you don't have tickets, go get them.
Yeah.
Because they're only listing it as Mountain Grass Unit and special guests. So, there's a lot of special guests at IBMA. So there's a lot of special guests at IBMA. Who knows exactly who that's going to be. Well, that's going to be at the Signal afterwards. Yeah, check out IBMA's website. They haven't announced who the special guests are, but I think they are planning on doing that. I hope so. I hope they do. Because I'm
going to be there.
It'll only drive people.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. And by the time you hear this, it's going to be just a couple days away. So if you're hearing this and you don't have tickets yet, get those tickets. That, like everything else that we've spoken about the last 2 episodes, it by itself is worth traveling, getting on an airplane, getting a hotel, just to get to that closeout ceremonies with the firepower that we got involved. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So thanks again. Really appreciate you guys joining us today. And come down to the IBMA. Thanks so much.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging around. And this episode, as I originally mentioned at the beginning, was supposed to be scheduled for September 17th. Decided it wouldn't be as effective for you, so I moved it till today. So there'll be no show on the 17th of this month, September 17th. And then yesterday's drop, my conversation with Thomas Castle, which was also very beneficial to IBMA attendees, was originally scheduled to drop on the 24th. And now I'm going to take that week off as well. I'm going to get a lot of new material at the IBMA. I'm going to hopefully meet a lot of people, make a lot of great contacts, schedule the remainder of Season 3, and perhaps even get some things lined up for Season 4. I've got a lot of great ideas, a lot of people I want to talk to. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to take 2 weeks off with the bonus episode and then come back, and I'm going to tell you about my time at IBMA, more than likely. Hasn't happened yet. I might have to jump right into, hey, I bumped into such and such, so-and-so, and couldn't wait to get it to you. But either way, really appreciate you tuning in. T. Shaw's Progressive Bluegrass. I'm Trevor Shaw. I'm a mortgage lender in Colorado, Tennessee, and Georgia. I'm about to play my sponsor commercial, originally performed by Randy Steele and the High Cold Wind. So it's very appropriate for this episode. But come check them out at IBMA, along with a ton of the other musicians that we talked about. It's going to be an absolute amazing week. Really looking forward to coming back and telling you all about it. And hang around, please, for a brief moment longer for a message from our sponsor. Thanks so much.
It's a big purchase, it's a big deal. Trevor Shaw knows exactly how you feel for refinance or a new home. Trevor Shaw will help you get your loan. Trevor Shaw will help you get your loan.
Hello, I'm Trevor Shaw. I'm not just a bluegrass aficionado. I'm a bluegrass aficionado that's a mortgage loan officer at Chat Mortgage in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'd be honored for the opportunity to help you get your residential mortgage loan or refinance anywhere in Tennessee, Georgia, or Colorado. From veterans using their hard-earned benefits to first-time home buyers needing down payment assistance to retirees finally getting the home they've always dreamed of. Call or text me today at 864-50-T-SHAW. That's 864-50-T-SHAW.
It's a big purchase, it's a big deal. Cherry Shaw knows exactly how you feel for refinance or a new home. Cherry Shaw will help you get your loan. Cherry Shaw will help you get your loan.
Chat Mortgage is powered by Almeida Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 271603. Chat Mortgage is located at 6650 East Brainerd Road, Suite 208 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Phone number 423-591-9801. Trevor Shaw, NMLS number 929-381.